You know it's still in the shot. It's like,
Oh, is it?
Oh, God. Hello, everyone. Now, back to you, Zoe.
Sarah got me an ice cream sandwich. One of my favorites. Do you know I had a really rough night last night?
Oh, my God. Why?
I felt like something was really wrong with me last night.
Like, medically wrong?
Yeah, I got up and walked around the block. I think I was dreaming. But it was a weird dream. I felt like I was breathing in reverse.
What?
And suffocating. Can you imagine your breathing? You know how we breathe in, breathe out?
Uh-huh.
I believe that it was in reverse. And it woke me up like violently. And then there was like anxiety, and so I got up, put on my sweats, and went downstairs. I was going to take a drive, but I was like, hell nah. Then I just walked around the block a couple of times. It was a hella dream.
I mean, that's what I do when I reverse breathe.
When you what?
When I reverse breathe.
Nah, it was just, it was weird.
That is super weird.
You know, I struggled last night. And you know how it is when your bed is not comfortable? I mean, I have a nice bed. My bed is nice. It's comfortable, but it wasn't comfortable to me. Man, I got up and slept on the floor in the living room.
Oh, wow. But your living room is nice, though.
I was able to, somebody said Mike has no power, Sarah.
It has no power.
I don't know what that means. Can you guys hear me? Testing 1 1 2 2 2 2. 1 1 2 2 2. Somebody says sound is off.
Sound is off?
That's what they saying.
This is crazy.
Put up an emoji if you can hear me. 1 2 1 2.
This is crazy.
Put up an emoji if you can hear me.
Oh, whoa. And then there's that one. Okay.
Yeah, put up an emoji if you can hear me. Let's get that going.
Okay.
Put up an emoji.
Your dollar sign is missing. No, it's right.
No, it's not.
It said mics are fine. There it is.
All right. Sound is good.
Audio is great.
All right, sound is better now. We can hear you. Dudley, what's your PayPal? Z-O Williams with an S, orders with an S at gmail.com. Zoe Williams orders at gmail.com. Let me just get this done quickly because we have to do this show very quick. It's not going to be a long show because, a lot of other things that are pressing that I have to take care of. You already know what it is. You know what? You guys really slowed down last week on your He Is Risen orders. You see them red ones in there, right? You guys slowed down. Last week was the first slow week on He Is Risen all year long. All year long. I shouldn't have to explain it. Natural libido, enhancement, herbs, the whole 9 yards. Ladies, if you cheating on your man or if you're not revealing who you dating currently to your spouse.
Cheating in the next room.
Hey, get your side Chuck or the side Chuck that became the main Chuck. Get him some Risen. Keep him tapping it. Keep him.
Load your mashed potatoes. Yes, what I'm talking about.
You dig? Fellas, if you out there creeping and not telling the truth and, you know, doing what you got to do, I'm not promoting none of that. I'm promoting He Is Risen. People forget that men over 40, men over 35, actually, there is a dip in testosterone, mainly because of our diets, mainly because of how we live, our lifestyle, the whole 9 yards. But if you want to supplement that, let me just say this. All you got to do is go to my website, mrzowhat.com. I go to the post office Wednesdays and Saturdays. Let me just say this, though. Somebody hit me up with a 5-month-old order. Yo, I ordered some whoop-de-whoop 5 months ago. Number one, am I going to have the receipt for that? Like, I don't have like a closet full of the yearly receipts lined up like that, I don't think. And then it's a needle in a haystack to try to narrow all of that down because there's only a limited amount of information that is on, the receipt with the tracking number.
Oh, that woman been waiting for 5 months.
So why would you wait 5 months to reach out to me? That's crazy. If you don't get your package, this is how I work. Tuesday is packing day. Wednesday is mailing day. So I sit down, I write out the names and addresses, pack them up, and then on Wednesday, soon as they open, I'm over there by 10 a.m. to drop off the packages, to mail them off. I mail them off priority. You should get them within 72 hours. You should. If you don't get it, and it didn't come back to you, and it didn't come back to me, see, first off, please understand, if it doesn't come back to me, that's kind of iffy. Because even if it's a bad address, they tend to send it back to me. A bad address is actually good because they'll send it back to me. If it don't come back, that's when my eyebrow go up. Somebody got it.
But not your eyebrow. Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I need y'all to understand this. Listen, I don't sit on the orders. Soon as they come in, I ship them out on those days. Wednesdays, Saturdays. Wednesdays, Saturdays. Any orders that happen in between will be shipped on the following day. If you order Saturday night, Sunday night, you understand? Your package gonna go out the following Tuesday. You feel me? Any orders after Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, those orders will go out on Saturday. That's just how it works. All right? These are some very powerful pills. They're more powerful than anything out there on the market. I put my name on it. All right?
Attila says, 1 pill a day keeps the embarrassment away. Back to you, Zoe.
All right. Go to my website, mrzowhat.com. Also, I still have a lot of theshroudedlighthouse.com. I still have a lot of The Shrouded Lighthouse, how to discover the silver lining in any situationship. All right. Please go to my website and buy out those books for the New Year's, for Christmas. Give them away. All right. When you purchase these books from me, the money goes directly into my pocket right now. Directly into my pocket right now. It has been an exceedingly slow year for me in terms of book sales. I would love for you guys to support me heavy today. If you're going to buy He Is Risen, please buy a book as well. Again, Wyland Kirkland, your package came back to me. Wyland Kirkland, if you see this video, your package is in my car. Came back to me. Your address was bad. All right. We got Beal sauce. If it ain't real, it ain't Beal. I want you guys to continue to support Beal sauce. If it ain't real, it ain't Beal. Great brand, black-owned brand. Please continue to support. A lot of people have, and a lot more should. Total Package Energy. One of my friends, solid brother, looking out for me. I'm looking out for him. Total Package Energy. Please continue to support this black-owned business. The first one was out of Sacramento. This one is out of Oakland. Please continue to support Total Package Energy. You got B12, vitamin C, and you have their famous energy shot. Please continue to support the black-owned businesses. Now, Shepherd Sweets. Let me just say this. Shepherd Sweets is doing something that requires you guys, that requires your help, really. What is this? Greatestbaker.com.
Greatestbaker.com.
All right, thegreatestbaker.com. Apparently, the owner of Shepherd Sweets has entered this contest. And they currently sit in third place. There's only 3 days, 7 hours, 46 minutes, and 55, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds remaining. Can everybody go over there and vote for the good sister?
Yes, I'm trying to find it right
Now, her name is Shatoune. The Greatest Baker.
She's the greatest baker.
Now, currently, she's in third place. Greatestbaker.com.
Okay, we're gonna try to find it real fast here. Okay, let's see.
Can you guys?
That is not it. That is not it right there.
No. We're going to get to these stories. I got to run through them quick.
No. I'm trying to find her picture.
You want me to send it to you?
No, I think I got it. There she go.
There you go. Greatestbaker.com. We want you guys to support this sister. We want you to support her brand. This is the greatestbaker.com. This is the sister that created that sweet potato cake. Please continue to support her brand and what she's been doing out here in the community. As you could see, currently she's third in voting. All righty. Did I promote everything?
I believe so.
Shrouded Lighthouse. I'm not Shrouded Lighthouse. The Situation Shift is tonight.
Yes, it is.
Listen, we've been having difficulty with the network. Nobody. I'll say it because ain't nobody else gonna say it. You know, I tell everybody to go watch the TV show on Monday nights at 9, and they got some other show up there. Oh, your people forgot to upload and they forgot to send, and
It's not me.
so I'm gonna say it again. Tonight we supposed to have a new episode of the Shrouded Lighthouse. I mean, of the situation, of the Situation Shift,
And the Shrouded Lighthouse.
Also on KBLA Talk 1580, Voice of Reason is tonight. All right. Let's get right to it, because I'm trying not to be in a mood like I was last week.
To get you in the mood.
People was asking me what happened to last week's show. I took it down because it was a little too personal. See, motherfuckers like eating popcorn, watching your train wreck. And be like, yeah, I'm inspired and I'm motivated by you, but they don't support you in any way, shape, or form other than watch you implode. But what do you do to if my words inspire you, if my words uplift you, if my words motivate you? When was the last time you ducked in and said, hey, Zoe, you good? You solid? You need anything? Again, we live in an entertainment-based society. Before I start going all the way in, let me do this. Pull up that Greek report.
The Greek report.
You remember the article that's written in Greek, in Greece, Greek?
Give me just a second. Yep, this one right here. Just talk a little bit. It's gonna come up on the screen. It's gonna come up.
Just talk a little bit. I thought I sent it to you, didn't I?
Oh yes, it's right here. Now I'm just
Okay, so talk a little bit.
It's right here. And it's
you gotta snafu it.
You got. Okay, but I got it because I'm amazing. Yeah.
I want to do this before I get into the topics.
Okay, all right, I got you. It's coming in right now. There you go, right there. Boom, 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 boom.
All right, so you see that young man, number 8? That's my son.
Yeah.
He sent me this today because, as you guys know, he's in a Greek league, professional league. And I guess they're highlighting the people who are at the top or who are the top shooters in that league, the top 3-point shooters.
Okay.
Well, you know who number 1 is.
Boom, boom, boom.
Number 1 shooter in the Greek Pro League. Number 1 3-point shooter. Number 1 3-point field goal percentage. Of course, is my son, my oldest child, New Williams. And there's a lot of Americans in that league. And, my kid is doing his thing, and I wanted to shout him out. I told him, though, what he can't do anymore is send me an article that we can't read. We don't speak Greek over here.
Except for Baptist churches. See, in the Greek, it means...
Escepelon. Escepelontos. Yeah.
To further dissect the text.
No, so we're very happy.
Is that funny, Marco?
Huh? No. We're very happy with my son. He's doing his thing. Very proud of him. Continue to put the work in. And let's move on. Okay. Inmate accused of stabbing Derek Chauvin says the attack was a symbolic gesture for the Black Lives Matter movement.
We're out here making a difference. You know what I'm saying?
He made a statement.
Do it for the culture.
And that's all I have to say about that. We're going to move on.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
That's it?
Michael B. Jordan involved in a car crash in Hollywood.
When there's that?
I think what is that, a Ferrari?
Yeah, it was a Ferrari.
And that's all I have to say about that.
But this is my thing on this one. So he was not in the car, right? And they said that they're not sure if he was even driving the car. Okay, so I know people. So you know people. I was driving a Sentra. I didn't have people driving my Sentra. So it would have a Ferrari, my guy.
So wait, nobody was driving it, but the wheel missing?
Yeah, but I guess whenever the police showed up, the driver was not there. But it's registered.
Is the wheel missing?
I think a little bit more than the wheel was missing. It's a little suspect. Was it Lori? I don't know. The plot thickens. Back to you, Zoe. I don't understand. Tiffany got caught in her car. Now he out here. But see, it's very misleading, the things, because it's saying that he was involved. But then they said that the vehicle was registered, so. It's an attack on black men in Hollywood. I'm joking.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Oh, about that one too?
Yeah, because this is mindless information being fed to the masses. Who cares? He's alive. He wasn't in the car. Nothing wrong. No harm, no foul. Great. But
and he hit a parked car.
But it's news, right?
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say about that. Jussie Smollett.
Whoa.
Taking
let's
his
get to the big stuff here.
Yeah. Looks like looks like, yeah, it was all a hoax, right? Okay, and that's all I have to say about that. The man punched by Mike Tyson.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wants to settle for $450,000. He wants to settle, right? But anybody who saw the video saw the man antagonizing Mike Tyson on a plane. And we saw that he threw a bottle of water at Mike Tyson. Correct? What was Mike Tyson supposed to do in that situation? Did he pour water on Mike Tyson? What happened in that? He did something, right?
He did. He antagonized him. It was like he wanted him to do that. At the same time, my thing is he should sue him for the $100 he got. Because there's no way. You don't sit up there, you don't poke the bear, and then you want the bear to pay you.
Well, I think that's, if you really think about it, this is what is considered a classic shakedown, right? A classic shakedown. There go Mike Tyson. I know if I fuck with him, he gonna hit me. And if he hits me, I got him. This is a quick way to make money. That's a classic shakedown. Because anybody in their right mind would not, on a plane, would not seek to agitate.
Yeah.
I mean, boxers, their hands are considered what?
Lethal weapons.
Yeah, like they're registered as that. So you could tell that was the hustle move. Let me go hustle Mike Tyson out of $450K. This will set my life up. Let me go bother him, throw a bottle at him, kick his seat, do whatever. Do whatever I can do to get him to respond. Now, I can remember motherfucker fucking with me. But when I responded, I'm somehow emotional and a bitch ass nigga. When Mike Tyson respond, it's, hey, that's the motherfucking champ. Should nobody be fucking with him anyway?
That's crazy.
When I respond, see, brother, you lack discipline because you're not able to control your emotions. No, it's just some people you don't fuck with.
Then there's that.
Is Mike Tyson a whole ass nigga?
No. No. He ain't gonna pay that.
No, I'm just saying, like, so doing it to Mike Tyson is poking the bear. Doing it to Zoe is, yeah. That's a motherfucking lie. I am DJ Cool Rod. Go back and watch the motherfucking tape. The fuck? How a motherfucker know what happened and he watching it on video? What the fuck? Yeah, but you what? All right. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, let's move past that. Mike, I hope you don't have to pay for none of that, and
yeah,
you know. Now, this is something.
The white boy, wasn't it?
Huh?
Wasn't it a white boy?
Yeah, well, of course.
Of course.
Let me jump into this real quick. Y'all all saw the Charleston White and what's my guy? Quarterback Cam Newton.
Oh yeah.
Charleston White made some strong points regarding, which I mean when he talked about, like, I think Cam was like, yeah, man, I agree with a lot of what you say, but it's your tone and your delivery, it's how you say it or whatever. And he was and Charleston hit back with, look at the culture. The culture is toxic. You know, and a lot of people, you know what I hate about our people, man? We are some poor listeners. We will listen for the word that offends as opposed to the point that is being made. See, when I talk to make a point. Many people look for the word that offends so that they can derail the point. How many times you've been in an argument with your woman and you say something and it's immediately jumping in to correct the word or the term as opposed to listening to the point, the context, the nuance of the point being made? You can't make a point without several sentences. Mm-hmm. And if you're getting offended by individual words, you're not going to understand the point that people are trying to make when they're trying to communicate to you.
Because those are more of the rules of debate versus conversation. Because a lot of people have, like, when they have dialogue with each other, you know, you want to interrupt, you want to do all this kind of stuff, but to really have like a really intelligent conversation these days, it's almost you have to have the rules of a debate. Right?
Yeah.
Because only when I give you time to make your point, then I can actually process a proper rebuttal.
Listen, man, people really want to argue. They don't want to understand. Because with understanding, there's transformation. T.D. Jake says something that I totally disagree with.
Among a lot of things.
And here's the thing, though. Listen, man. T.D. Jake said this shit. I totally disagree with it. Because it sows the seeds of suspicion.
Mm. Well, get ready.
No. Stop peddling toxic forgiveness. How about that? We are a fucked up society already. This is what I'm saying. I agree with some of the things Charleston had to say. He said, you mad at my delivery, but you're not mad at the rappers who are big time all over the world. You're not mad at all of them, but you mad at me for the way I deliver a truth. And then he started talking about the shit he did before he became this little hood dude. Talking about Capitol Hill and the work that he put in and legislation that he changed and whoop, whap, whoop. He really about those kids, right? Okay, cool. That's the part I said I agreed with. I'm not mad at that. But there's always somebody in our community that want to point out a piece of what they disagree with. Overall, if the brother is a good brother, right? Overall, if the brother is trying to do his best, right? Why is it that we got to settle in on what's wrong with the message?
Thank you, Wyland.
If the overall message matters, if the overall message has value, if the overall message has merit, why is it that we have to focus in on that which doesn't work? Brother T.D. Jakes, I love you. You are my Gemini brother. You are a man of merit. You are a man of high worth. And I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about spiritually. Stop teaching toxic forgiveness. Where you sow the seeds of suspicion. Don't play in the forgiveness game if you can't really do it. See, if you forgive somebody, but you got to watch them. That's what he said. Get that person you got to continuously watch out your life then. Why are they still in your life? Why are you still cool with them? See, don't forgive somebody. See, that's the seed of resentment. Mm-hmm. Where there is resentment, there will be diet forgiveness. Where there is diet forgiveness, there will, guess what? Guess what? Diet forgiveness, you know what that's going to lead to? More resentment, more resistance. Stop teaching people that mess, dog.
But I think I think it plays into your ego though, because a lot of people do that. They keep the person around so they can show you that even in spite of you, I'm gonna win.
But let's get even deeper. Let's get even deeper. I want to go even deeper into this.
Mm-hmm.
People who re-hurt you. First off, in relationship, you're going to be hurt and hurt again by the people you love. If you really sit back and look at how we fucking problem solve, we don't problem solve internally. We problem solve externally. Let me get rid of this person. Let me start over. Let me do this. Right? Typically, we don't do work internally to do it. Right? You want to heal a situation, heal a limiting belief about it. Mm-hmm. Heal a fractured belief about it. Now, like I said, I love the brother T.D. Jakes, and I mean, I love him to death. I believe he has great wisdom. But here's the thing. If you got to keep an eye on the forgiven because they might redo what they did, that's not forgiveness. You haven't freed yourself. And you can't say in one breath, forgiveness is about letting go and releasing the desire for recompense, and you still have an eye on them because you're skeptical, right? Because you're concerned and or fearful that they might redo what was done. Listen, that's not forgiveness. But there's a lot of confused people out here promoting and propagating this mess. No disrespect. I'm not saying T.D. Jakes is confused. He's a legend in my eyes, and he can misspeak too. But how does this tie back to Charleston White and Cam Newton? It's quite simple. Our community is toxic. Our community is broken, but we got. I gave you guys the example a couple of weeks ago when I said the slaves had each other. They were considered property. They were considered things. They were, you know, if you look up the etymology of the word fetish, it is a thing, a tool. They were considered a wrench, a hammer, a screwdriver. But once the slave master allowed them to have relationship, it created a spiritual cohesiveness within their unit, within their family unit. Now, the major fear, of course, is white men, white people, white supremacy. And we talk about the major threat to those relationships, slave relationships, where somebody gonna come in here and take daddy away. Right? But listen, in a slave home, it was a two-parent home. You had mother and father. You had kids. You even had a grandmother, an uncle, a granddaddy. See, the slave master understood that family strengthened the slave bond. He might not want to run away if he got a family. You understand? Might not want to leave if he got loved ones. See, they played our heart. Listen now. Very keen, very brilliant tactic. But a third of those families were broken up because somebody had to get sold off into slavery or to another plantation, to another master. It's ironic that the slave folks who had nothing, who wasn't even considered humans, had more love for each other than we do, and we so-called free today. It's black men against black women. It's broke, dusty nigga versus hood ratchet. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's all living by the standards and the principles of the descendants of those who saw your people as tools in a toolbox. I agree with Charleston White in a lot of ways. He is saying some powerful things. I've been saying for many, many years, what is the key to healing the community? Healing the relationships. How do you heal the relationships? You have to watch how you show up in relationship. And I'm still learning that lesson. It's a hard lesson. I've shown up sideways many times. But we live in an unforgiving society. We live in a society where, as powerful as my brother T.D. Jakes is, he should be more mindful of his words. He should watch his mouth sometimes. Just like I should watch my mouth sometimes. I'm a Gemini. I speak out of turn. I speak out of pocket. You shouldn't say, once you forgive somebody, now be skeptical of if they're going to redo something. Number one, that's the seed of control. Forgiveness doesn't give you control over the next person. You shouldn't even want control over the next person. That's why I always say there's a flaw in the whole changed behavior thing. People have to grow into the transformation that they want. The only way we're going to have a solid society is if we have solid relationships. The only way to have solid relationships is to take inventory of how you show up in the relationship. If you show up sideways, apologize sincerely. But in this society, apologies hold very little weight because we don't live in a forgiving society. We live in a society that is predicated on retribution, that is predicated on recompense, that's predicated on get back, the glow up, the come up. I'm going to show you that I'm doing better and I'm better off than I was when I was with you. We live in that society. So we have to be very careful. Listen, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said it. Malcolm X said it. The Honorable Malcolm X said it. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said it. Our unity is like an atomic bomb. But we can't be unified until we heal internally. And a lot of us have, traumatic situations, past traumatic situations, that affect our relationships, how we interface, how we get down with each other. That's why it's very difficult for us to maintain relationships. So, like I said, I am with the brother. And I don't agree with everything he says, but I agree with a great deal of what he said. And I think you should too. Back to his point. Mikey Williams. Wow.
Mikey Williams? Where Mikey Williams at?
Mikey Williams pleads guilty to gun charge. Other charges could be reduced for Memphis Tigers freshman.
Oh,
yeah. Williams hasn't joined the Memphis program while navigating the felony gun charges.
Just little felony gun charges. That's it.
Everybody's talking about rap records and, where this influence is coming from. But, sister, you can't be attracted to the top dog of the street.
Then there's that.
This is who is influencing him. If you dated a top street nigga and you co-sign this behavior like many of our sisters do when the money is good and they taking care of everything, many co-sign this and raise young black men into this environment. Now, I'm not blaming sisters. I'm not saying it's sisters' fault. This is a dyadic problem. This is a bidirectional problem. Right? But we can't, what I'm saying is, in no sector in our community should we glorify the life. It's not just rap, it's relationships too.
Yeah.
If we're in a relationship with the streets. Now, let's use Biggie's, you out here tripping on me because I'm trying to make some money to take care of my daughter. Okay. I ain't mad at a man doing whatever he got to do to take care of his family. Even if it's getting in the streets, I ain't mad at it. But you better have a plan to get out of the streets. But let's not act like we're not intoxicated by the street life. Let's not act like we're not intoxicated by the hood life. Many of us are, and we act like we not, but many of us are. So when I see a young kid like this, Promise, Mikey Williams, he was the number 39 overall prospect in the class of 2023. He's from the Southland here in he's from San Diego. He signed with Penny Hardaway and the gang down there in Memphis, the Tigers. Memphis freshman Mikey Williams pled guilty on Thursday to a gun charge that may lead to 6 felony counts being reduced to misdemeanors if he meets the terms of his plea agreement. Williams, who was ranked 24/7 Sports number 39 overall prospect in the class of 2023 before signing with the Tigers, was charged earlier after a March shooting in his hometown of San Diego. Like, nigga, my gun go off. I love 50. But yo, if the kids are taking it to this level, and this is what Charleston was talking about. This is what Charleston was talking about. And again, I'm not saying our sisters are the problem. I'm saying our relationships and how we get through difficult times are the problem. Mm-hmm. Right? That's what I'm saying. Our relationships. First off, you are in a relationship with a human being. Human beings are inherently flawed. Human relationships require shadow work. So if the community is sick, relationships will be sick. If relationships are sick and nobody seeks to heal the interaction, then the interaction will become a pattern. We always looking for the pattern in our partners, but not the pattern in our person.
My Lord.
We always looking for the pattern in our partner, but not the pattern in our person. Our person, us. So I'm very disappointed about the young kid, but I hope he gets all misdemeanors. I hope he gets off. I hope he gets another opportunity to play. I hope he gets to play. Not only college ball, but I hope he gets to develop under Penny. I hope he gets to develop under Penny. I hope he gets an opportunity like Brandon Miller got an opportunity down in Charlotte. I'm just hoping that, some good things will manifest for the young cat. That's all I got for you. Mm-hmm. Sarah, you got anything to take?
As far as this situation with him?
No, as far as the show.
Oh, wait, you want to end the show?
Listen.
Okay.
In 2023, I'm going to stop doing shit that don't serve me.
Oh.
2024, I should say. I'm going to stop showing up for shit that doesn't serve me. I'm going to stop participating in things that don't serve me. I got to protect me now, because I'm starting to realize giving and giving and giving, talking and talking and talking, sharing and sharing and sharing. I can't keep doing that. You understand?
I understand. You know, and I mean, it's a lot of. I mean, you give and give, but there's people that want to take that. Speaking of Diddy, and we my segues are priceless. But you know, I would like to have more conversation about that. But if you feel like that's not where you at right now in your headspace,
listen to what my brother
your
said. Listen to what my brother said.
Okay.
Charleston White. He said he had to become a nigga, one of these niggas out here in the streets, in order to get your attention. He didn't have your attention when he was clean cut, intellectual. He was doing the legislative work. He was on Capitol Hill. He said people wasn't really rocking. So he had to become something else. And then, see, listen, no disrespect to Sukihana, but a lot of people don't know she was with her dude making those videos. They just thought she was this, well, maybe she is that. But she was with her dude when she was making those videos, and then she parlayed that. Bought a home. See, we'll make some wild-ass OnlyFans internet porn shit into a millionaire.
Oh, yeah.
He said that Charleston stuff is all cap. Might be. But there's some truth in some cap. I guess you ain't read the Kabbalion. I wouldn't expect you to know what the fuck I'm talking about. The 7 hermetic principles of the universe. You probably wouldn't know what a half-truth is. But you always got something to say. Always got to know. The internet made everybody a motherfucking professional talker, but nobody really makes sense. Made everybody commentators. I got a comment. Yes, I'm sure you do.
Live from the chat room. It's Monday.
Right. The fuck? Chat room Johnny Carson's. But again, I agree with a lot of the things he says. I didn't say I agree with everything. But again, the Sukihana lady bought a crib. She's a millionaire. They won't make Zoe Williams a millionaire because my people are against me, and so is the system. The system says we don't want that voice amplified. Just like conscious hip hop. In the 90s, when gangster rap came through, that was the voice they wanted to amplify. That was the voice they wanted to amplify. So your conscious guys, it's not like they stopped rhyming. They just stopped shining through the marketing and promotion monster. Zoe, that's propaganda. If the record industry would not promote Michael Jackson's Invincible album, Sony Music took Michael Jackson's Invincible album off the international priorities list. If they'll do it to the biggest star in the game because they want to wrest away his control of the publishing, what makes you think they won't do it to a genre called hip hop? We want our people to get paid off of murder and death. Well, how do they get paid off of murder and death? What's the soundtrack of their lives? Gangsta music. in all its various iterations, right? Gangsta music. So the music industry was one of the largest investors in privatized prisons. Privatized prisons are not like state prisons. State prisons are going to get their criminals from the system, the state system. Okay? You did something, you went to jail, or you got arrested, then you got convicted, you go to jail. Private prisons really have to go out and farm prisoners. Where are we going to get prisoners from? How are we going to get prisoners from the state prison? This is a private enterprise. How do they do that? You heard Michelle Alexander, I think that's her name. The Jim Crow. Let me make sure I'm saying her name right. Michelle Alexander, the new Jim Crow, right? Where you have the pipeline to prison from preschool, from school. There's a pipeline to prison, right? Michelle Alexander is the sister's name. Go get the book, right? You got that cracking. Pipeline to prison. That's for privatized prisons. I have a close friend by the name of Daryl McKissick. That's a woman. She's a billionaire. She built a bunch of stadiums. She built a lot of stadiums. She built a lot of everything. Okay? She built privatized prisons too. She told me about this before. They got to go get the prisoners from somewhere. So there's a relationship between the music industry, which is an investor in privatized prisons, and creating the soundtrack for future criminals. And now they're using the content from your records to convict you.
That's what Fat Joe came out this weekend. He was
Fat Joe just said 95% of what I said is fake.
It's fake. Yeah, including he's not a player. He just crushed it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's big business, and I think people would be surprised. At the same time, how culture is now, all the thing is people would say, well, you know what? They just getting their bread. That's like the to escape accountability or escape anybody, like, you know, if your favorite person is doing it, you're like, well, that man got to feed their family. Oh, which I think is a bullshit excuse that a lot of people use. Oh, he killed that whole family. Man, that man was just trying to get his bread. But he's an assassin. Oh, no. I'm not going to say nothing how that man get his money. Like, what? Oh, yeah, it was.
Somebody said prison is the slave system. So, of course, they invest heavy into it. They need bodies. Yeah. Privatized prisons need prisoners. And we already know the history of how convictions went based on race. Convictions over the same drug, right? Drug of choice. Powder versus rock. Well, we know rocks are in the hands of the impoverished. So let's throw them in prison forever. This privatized prison can now make money on an annual basis on an extended sentence. Sometimes these sentences are called, what is the sentence called? I think, what is the term? Where they don't have an amount of time.
They don't have an amount of time.
They don't have amount of time. It's not life. It's not life. Indeterminate sentence. That's it.
Who gets an indeterminate sentence?
There's prisoners in jail with an indeterminate sentence.
We just here.
We don't know what how many years you got.
How you be a tenured prisoner?
Or don't have. We don't know how this is going to work out for you.
So it's like a prison extended stay? What is that? I don't.
An indeterminate sentence.
So what if a rich man told you, well, it's no difference than people that invest in the hotel industry?
Nigga.
No.
We need niggas. We need niggas more than they need each other.
This goes out.
The system of white supremacy, the system of oppression needs black bodies more than black bodies need each other.
With that prison lean.
You can't be in a relationship without conflict. It's impossible. You can't run from every conflict. Not everybody who hurts you is a demon. Not everybody who puts you through the ringer is doing it on purpose. I know a lot of people don't like to think in those terms. They don't like to think that way. It's a shame that spiritually we are no more evolved currently than a Neanderthal. But technically, our technology is off the charts. The technology is more evolved than our psychology, than our spirituality. You would think in 2023 that we would know how to be, humans would know how to be with humans. But humans only know how to be with desired outcomes. That's what we predicate our happiness on, is what we get. And if we get less of what we want and more of what we don't want, that was a failed relationship. That was a bad exchange. That was a bad deal. Nobody says, what's up in my spirit that would allow me to get less than what I desire? Are there any blockages in my spirit that would prevent me from getting less than what I desire? They're going to use our bodies more than we are. We're going to fall into all types of negative tropes about each other. Me too. I'm guilty. I use the negative tropes too. I get upset and I'm arguing. I'll say some fucking horrible shit too. Listen, do you know how spiritually retarded it is to be in a relationship and y'all say something to each other that you both want to take back? By a show of emojis. Sarah, if you say something real mean in a relationship, can you take it back?
Do I need an emoji for that?
Put your emoji up too. I want to know how many people will allow their partner to take it back.
To take it back?
Take it back. To forgive them and say, oh, I know it's just a heat of the moment. People say things, whatever.
But that mean I would.
And
have
I mean
to forget
mean
it?
shit. I mean really mean shit. Yeah.
It was something be always in my spirit to let me know because I know you meant it when you said it.
See, keep going. I like that.
I know you meant it when you said it, and you probably you can ask for forgiveness for your tone or the way in which you said it. But if you meant that, you meant that. I ain't got no, and I should be grown enough to understand that's why the fuck you felt.
I see it.
There's
no takebacks.
No takebacks.
Look at everybody. Yep. I like this. This is a sign of spiritual retardation.
Whoa. Is it? Is it?
Absolutely.
That you can't unhear, you can't unring a bell.
The point is, if they said it, you believe it's true, because a part of you resonate with what they said. That's why you think they meant it.
What?
Listen to what I'm saying. They said something based off of being around you, based off of hearing what you said about yourself, based off of what you shared, based off of anything that you provided to them. And then they weaponized something you said and aggrandized it and made it worse than how you presented it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then. And then when they said it, you said you must have meant it because of the energy and the aggression behind it. But what they're not saying is some of what you said might be true.
No, probably what they said, what is exactly true. The fact that what you said, they weaponized it. Therefore, you know what the fuck, you know I got a problem with my buck teeth, but at the same time, we get into a conversation, and that's all the fuck you gonna say is that, yeah, that's why your teeth is bucked, and you can't, like, eat chips. I don't know, something crazy.
The point
but
that
they're telling the truth.
But the point that I'm making is, we're just alive right now. Mm-hmm. In 75, 80 years, all of us will be dead. And humans will be dealing with saying shit we shouldn't say to each other.
Always.
The question is, are we still going to be able to handle it the way we handle it now? Does that make sense?
But my thing
the way we handle it now is you meant it, and I'm going to hold on to it, and I'm going to be resentful, and we can never get over that.
No, be accountable for what the fuck you said. If you meant it, you meant it. I can say, okay,
I'm not
that's
saying
cool.
Don't be accountable for what you said.
Okay.
That's not what I'm saying. Even if a person is accountable for what they said, that shit is still held over their head.
Yeah.
Yes or no? So what the fuck is the purpose of accountability and the apology?
Because the thing is, just because you apologize for something don't mean that the fuck I gotta accept your apology.
You don't have to accept it, right?
Yeah, I don't have to accept it.
That's 100% true.
Yeah.
But if you accept an apology, but you really don't, what does that mean?
Well, I'm not going to say it if I don't mean it.
A lot of people say it and mean it and don't know what it means to actually live in an apology or accept an apology. A lot of people don't even know how to accept an apology. Come on.
My thing is, like, if you apologize, that's cool.
What I'm saying is, what is it going to look like in 100 years? This particular scenario. The great Krishnamurti said, spiritually, we have not evolved. Technologically, we have. Our technology and its advancements supersedes our psychology. The point that I'm bringing is our best response for somebody talking shit to us is get out of my life.
Because sometimes it's time for them to exit.
And that's fine. You guys are missing the point. Like, I hear you, Sarah, but you're missing the point. You're not allowing yourself to see the larger point.
Okay. Your
response is cool. Yes, sometimes it's time to move on, but that's all we do is move on. For many people, that's all they can do. But even in the moving on, they're carrying it with them.
Okay. Yes, that's true, but there's a lot of people that stay, and when we say, and then you have the other coin that when a person stays, then you're like, well, why are you putting up with this abuse? You know what I'm saying? A lot of victims love staying in those things.
Like that.
A lot of victims like that. Hey,
come on, Sarah, keep cooking.
Well, that mean that that's how he really feel about me. But when you have a person that is used to abuse, used to people verbally assaulting them, somehow it's kind of scary. The shit you can say to certain people and it not shake them.
Yes, but this is how you stop. Let me flip it another way. Say you got an abusive parent. Mm-hmm. Let's do the family, because we tend to deal with family differently than we do with intimate partners, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Say it's your mama.
Shout out to my mama.
Sometimes we have to change the expectation, right?
Mm-hmm.
For many years, I had an expectation, right, of my mama. And I recognized it was the expectation after I grew up a little bit. I recognized it was the expectation that I had of my mama that actually caused conflict. Right? Once I changed my expectation of my mother, expecting her to be a certain way, responding a certain way, showing up a certain way, I was able to deal with my mother differently, and our relationship flourished all the way up until she passed. Do you see? Mm-hmm. So, I'm presenting to you yet again. I'm simply saying the way we deal with conflict in relationship is to leave. That is our best conflict resolution, is leave. My question is, if they're not violent, if they're not robbing you, if they're not beating on you, what happened to figuring it out? Do you know how many people are leaving because they're emotionally exhausted?
But I say this, before it got to the, no one just goes, unless there's like some type of mental break or the conversation that Jay just got that heated, no one goes from 0 to 1,000. You know what I'm saying? There's
a buildup.
Us working out this thing has led up to me like, obviously, this bitch is not listening to, this nigga's not listening to what I got to say. So therefore, let me hit him with the 1-2, because I know this gonna get your attention. So
you telling me hitting them with the 1-2 is a good thing?
No, I'm hitting with you. When you hit them with the 1-2, you better be prepared that this may be the last time you able to hit them any type of way, with verbally, or, well, please just verbally, not physical. But anyway,
but this is what I'm presenting a question. I'm not presenting a side. Yeah. I'm presenting a question. The question is, if the best way we know how to deal with shit is to leave, is that going to be the same mode? Right? In 100 years. Krishnamurti said, we are more technologically advanced than we are psychologically advanced. Technology has surpassed our psychology. Listen to that.
Yeah, because it doesn't deal with emotions.
So again, if the best way we know how to deal with disappointment and fracture in relationship is to leave, will it be the same in 100 years? Or what will it look like if our psychology catches up to our technology?
When that happens, if you allow technology to take over, you will be like the movie Demolition Man with Sandra Bullock and Sylvester Stallone, where y'all won't even touch each other. Y'all just go through your minds instead of physically touching somebody, because that's technology. Let it do it for us. Then you will have the effect of the calculator. When the calculator came into effect, the calculator, when it came into effect into the schools, I don't need to write my work out. I don't need to show my work. Let me punch this shit in and give me my result right then. So actually, I think it would do more harm to the human race to adapt things, like as far as technology when it comes to relationship, because technology doesn't deal with emotions. And back to you, Zoe. Okay. That's my little 2 cents. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'm right or anything like that. But at the same time, you have to have two people that are willing to communicate with each other.
I'm not saying you're wrong either. I love the opposite. But what I'm trying to do is to get you to think outside the box, and you keep coming back to the box.
Because the box is where it originated from. So
No. Out of the box. You don't go back to the box. No. Out of the box.
So this is, okay, I think you're also coming from a male perspective as well when it comes to, here we go. No, because the thing is that emotionally speaking, a lot of men can take things way harder than a woman.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
The things you may think is, now when a man thinks they've been gone too far and said the wrong shit, it should cause you pause. Because normally y'all don't even check on, the emotional scales are not even the same. You know what I'm saying? I had somebody to tell me one time or whatever, and he ended up talking about, you know what I'm saying? Well, always that's what it is. What?
No, go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is like, I heard what I wanted to hear. They said they wasn't attracted to me like that, but they were attracted to my personality. Okay, I took that as all I heard was you was not attracted to me, and it was like I played it up for the longest time and everything like that because I was like, oh, he think I'm ugly and everything like that, but we was hanging out all the time. He was just simply explaining his side, but me as an emotional being, I took it the way I wanted to take it, which he had no responsibility of how I took it because he didn't know my triggers or anything like that, So that is my little 2 cents.
But see, that's what I'm saying. You taking us in a direction, right? You personalizing it. I want you to think outside of the box, right? Here's a perfect example. Sean Connery said a long time ago, hey, every now and again, your woman gets out of pocket, smack her.
Oh, wow. And then
he said that to Barbara Walters while she was interviewing her. Lightly smack her. He said that, right? We've evolved out of that a little bit, correct? Or maybe not so much, because there's still people, Yeah.
Deanna in the chat room, yes, you're actually right. Only if you feel the same way yourself. Actually, that's very true. And I realize my triggers because I've dealt with self-esteem issues my entire life. So yes,
that's what I'm saying. You're being triggered by the conversation, which limits your ability to see it objectively. I'm saying if you think about it, because our community is in desperate need of relational reconstruction. You cannot reconstruct it with the materials that produced the dysfunction. If we're listening to Krishnamurti and he says technology has superseded psychology, our spiritual development has been slowed down because of our over-reliance on the convenience that technology creates.
That's what I think.
Right? We live in a psychologically and spiritually impoverished environment. So that would make sense that contempt, quitting, contempt, cutting off, do you see what I'm saying? Ghosting. All of that makes sense in this type of construct. If we were spiritually more evolved, what would conflict management look like in relationships? I'm ready for you, Sarah.
You talking to me? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How would conflict management look in relationships with the absence of, if we were more spiritually evolved? I think that if we would, as a society, be more spiritually evolved, then therefore our discernment when picking a mate or a partner or something like that would be. Why are you shaking your head? I ain't finished.
I'm listening.
I think that you would have more discernment when it comes to linking up with people. Because it would be more of like meeting somebody that is on your same like frequency or level or something like that,
Everybody you meet is on your frequency and level.
No, everybody. No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
How are they?
Because the universe is fine-tuned. Why aren't your relationships?
Well, so if it's automatically already there, then why? If that's the case, then why do you need any? If the universe is already going to do it for you, then why do you need to elevate your spiritual plane anyway?
Because somebody told you that free will was separate from fine tuning, and it's not.
So it's already going to happen. Then what do you need? Spiritual elevation.
Let's get even deeper. Your free will is part of God's will, and God's will be done. That's why everything that comes to you is ultimately for your highest good.
Everything.
Everything, even if it hurts. So many people come into your life that hurt you, but they're hurting and elevating you at the same time.
But remember when I told you one of my favorite scriptures was Romans 8:28, for we know that all things work together for the good for those who love God and call according to His purpose, right?
Just said
but
the
you
same
no,
thing.
but you said before that you didn't believe that was true though. That all things don't work together for your good.
No. I ain't never said that. Out of all my damn
fucking tape.
out of all the shows I have ever done, I ain't never said that.
Well, maybe this is a part of my
The universe is fine-tuned.
Okay.
Down to the sub-nuclear level.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Einstein, the universal constants are so precise if they were off a gnat's hair, life couldn't exist. The universe is fine-tuned.
Have you ever watched Loki?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like the different like continuums and timelines and stuff like that.
Now that is talking about M theory or membrane theory, which is talking about the universe being like a newspaper, and each page is a membrane or a separate alternate universe. That's M theory. Okay? So, and that's a different branch of physics. What I'm talking about is Einstein's universal constants, which talks about how the universe is finely tuned. How do you think your relationships aren't finely tuned? Everybody you meet is in alignment with you, or else you wouldn't meet them. You wouldn't even recognize them. There's places in the universe you ain't been, but everywhere you was at, you were supposed to listen.
It's me.
That's what M theory talks about. Every outcome exists. It's like
So I actually went to Harvard?
Every outcome exists. That's what M theory is. The multiverse. That's M theory is just the multiverse. So that's what I'm saying. What does conflict resolution look like for the future? For the black community.
For the black community? The way stuff going now, it'd be off with their heads. You know what I'm saying? Like in the future, I think that people. I think in 100 years, I think that people will have like zero tolerance for people that don't think the same. I think it's going to go into a big.
Oh, you think we're gonna go backwards?
Regress, absolutely.
Oh, I
think the presence of technology. You see how it already has suppressed human spiritual evolution and different things like that. So I think this is going to continue to do the same until it's not going to necessarily cease to exist, but it's going to be so suppressed because people are going to want to gain more knowledge of like technical things versus spiritual things. And it's going to end to the world's destruction.
Okay.
Yeah, I did all of that. I went, hey, you talking about a relationship. I went straight to the apocalypse. That's what I'm talking about.
I love it.
Horseman up.
Hey, listen. Horseman up.
Horseman up, baby.
You know, I love going back and forth with you, Sarah. This is good. Nobody got any He is risen, I guess. Everybody must be stocked up. Nobody purchased any He is risen, no books or anything. All right, I'm out.
Oh, did you watch The Creator?
Nope.
Have you seen the movie Creator? Corey said that movie, The Creator, shows us in the future. Wait a minute, where you going?
I'm out.
Wait a minute, are you Lawrence Fishburne in Color Purple, where he said, "Oh, gotta go"?
I'm just saying, nobody's supporting. Nobody's really here for this shit. All right, y'all. Holla at y'all. Y'all be good. Deuces.
All right. Well, wow. Okay. That is Zoe Williams, and he says he is out.
Lock it up.
Okay. Holla at your girl, though. Cash App Sundays with Sarah. Just putting it out there. All right. And we're gone. Bye, guys.